this is Cover 2 Credits, and today I'm going to be doing a quick book review for the Grimnoir Chronicles. Now, these are written by Larry Correia, who is a rather interesting author. He writes both sort of what I would categorize as trash fiction, which is usually just mindless entertainment type stuff. But he also writes more interesting books that go a little deeper. Now, I don't know if you've ever read Monster Hunter International, but it is what I would classify as trash fiction. It's got cool storylines, but it's mostly just action and girls and guns and ridiculous. It's just the Michael Bay of the book world. Now, the Grimnoir Chronicles is sort of an amalgamation of that, and it honestly has a lot of that going on, where you've got the badass hero and all the guns and all the crazy action, and in this book, you know, you've got people with magic flying around too, doing crazy things. But what I really love about this book series is how he integrates the world and builds the world. In the series, magic comes to the world in about the 1830s, 1850s, and as time goes on, more and more people start being born with magic. Or, in this book, it's more like superpowers, honestly, in terms of how things are categorized and what you can do with magic, but the book takes place in the 1930s between World War I and World War II. And what's interesting is how the author alters the world and the landscape of history based on the coming of magic, and how people and having magic has changed history. Like, technology is different because cogs, which are the people, basically the super science, they have the superpower of being smarter and being able to invent and create things, and they have made all these technological advancements that do crazy stuff, and so the technology is kind of out of sync with where technology was actually at during that time, but close enough to still give it that sort of detective noir feel to start with. But like I said, other than that, you've got people, you know, the main character controls gravity, another main character can teleport, they deal with mass and gravity, and they do all this weird spirit stuff with summoning demons and things, and it's all crazy. But like I said, what makes it cool is how he's built a world around magic, and how he's brought all of those ideas together, and like you meet people from history, and they have powers or don't have powers, and how that affects their worldview and the things that they do, and how the timeline of the world has been altered by the emergence of magic. And like I said, he does a really, really cool and great job with it. And like I said, it's just an awesome read in a lot of ways. The main character is Jake Sullivan, who fought in World War I during the Second Battle of the Somme, which was basically where all of the actives, which is what they call people with significant magical powers, all of the countries fighting in World War I basically took all of their actives together, and they fought in this battlefield in France. And they released so much magic, they basically blighted a huge chunk of the earth where just nothing grows and nothing can live. But what's cool about it is, because of magic, World War I happened differently. Like, the Kaiser, when Germany started to lose, the Kaiser used his Lazaruses, which are people who can raise the dead, and started creating hordes of zombies and hurling them at the other forces. And the only way they could end the war was they blasted Berlin with a Tesla superweapon, and it leveled the entire city. And that's basically what ended World War I. So then the main character becomes sort of a private investigator, but he ends up killing the sheriff who was picking on this active kid and getting ready to lynch him down in Louisiana. So he ends up in prison when book 1 starts. And like I said, it's got that 1920s, 1930s sort of noir feel to it, and it's going through the Great Depression and how Japan is like becoming imperialist, and you get all of these different things happening and secret societies and magical combat. And like I said, it's just a cool book, and more so because of the awesome world building that's taking place. So if you like cool action, if you like magic books, if you like superhero books, you'll probably like this a lot. And like I said, it's a lot of action, a lot of cool stuff, and a lot of great characters. So I'm going to give this book an 8 out of 10. I would want to give it a 9, but in terms of sheer quality, for me, you've got to be awesome to get a 9 from me. So I don't think this can quite be a 9, although it is probably my 3rd favorite book series ever. But, like I said, it's just a sweet book in my opinion. So, feel free to check it out. It's the first book is called Hard Magic by Larry Correia. And then he wrote a trilogy as well as 2 shorter stories at the end. So I'm not sure if he's going to go on with books or not in the series, because the first trilogy sort of wraps everything up, but there's obviously room for more books to take place. I don't know whether he's going to go back to it or not. He's written 2 short stories so far in the same universe, and I'm hoping he'll come out with more books, but I don't know if it's going to happen or not. So, like I said, check it out. If you like our stuff, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you've got books that you want me to read or check out, shoot us a message on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter or wherever, and I will definitely read them. I'm always looking for new stuff to read. So that's going to do it for us. Thanks for tuning in, and until next time, thanks for staying till after the credits.